When I'm creating, my art is for myself. I find joy in creating. A lot of times I'm trying to figure out what I think about something when I'm creating. Figure out how something can turn from an idea, from a problem, from a phrase to something visual. My name is Isabel Mclaughlin. My first contact with art, it was with my grandpa. He was an art teacher. And some of my first memories with him are creating art. He was a weaver, so I was always touching fabrics, using different materials to create art. I don't think my art is me. My art comes from my experiences, from my inspiration, from other art I've seen, from what I'm drawn to, from my likes, from my dislikes. So in that sense, it's a reflection of who I am. It's a reflection of what I hold close to me. I think it's dangerous when we say that art is directly connected to an artist, because it is an object. It is something that is separate and lives separate from myself, and I think that's why so many people love to create, is because they want to put a mark on the world. They want to have something that exists separate from their body, something that can speak to their experiences but also connect to other people. I do art, I create art because it's my passion. I love getting in arguments about art, about what it's supposed to mean, about why it exists. It's an aesthetic. Why do we feel the need to make things beautiful? To take something blank, to take a space, to take a room and want to fill it with something provocative, something beautiful or ugly, something that's not necessary, supposedly. But I think my goal is to show that art is necessary. I think in my performance and sculpture, I'm more drawn to minimalism and how you can communicate a feeling with very minimal materials, minimal colors. Whereas in my illustrations, I'm more drawing from 60s and 70s color palettes with bold, eye-catching drama and shapes. I think artists can't have control over who their art is for. I think that's one of the reasons I love being a creator and I love creating art, is because I think my art is open to anyone to interpret, and it's not in my hands once an audience views it. So it's mostly internal, and then I just love to hear what people think about it externally. But I think creating and really asking myself, what do I want to say? What do I want to create? Why am I creating? Who is this for? Made me better recognize my relationship with other people, better recognize my perceived role in the world, and also not take myself so seriously, that I can just sit down and create something and it's art just like anything that I've planned for 2 years. So in that way, it showed me the scope of expression. It can be whatever you define it. I think when I was in a flash mob was one of the most impactful artistic experiences. It was for a campaign to vote no to a ban against gay marriage, and we did a dance and we had t-shirts And for me, art was always a way to separate from people. It was always a way to be independent. But when it had to be social, when I had to be loud, when I had to do this dance with other people, and I didn't know how other people would receive it, was when I really realized that I had a voice and could use art to express both political and personal perspectives. I believe the beauty of art is in its indefinition, it's in its lack of definition. I think art needs to have intention. It doesn't have to be an intention to be art, but it has to have an intention to exist in a certain way. I think that's why people create art, is to try and figure out what it is and what the power is and why we're doing it. Art is open. Art is for me. Art is for you. That's why I love it, because I don't know.